From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Super Max Prime on The Debate with Arnab tonight. If you look at the total number of viewers, 9 civilians have been killed in the Jammu district of Reasi on June 9th. 1 CRPF Jawan was martyred in Kathua today. And then our forces eliminated 2 terrorists and 6 security personnel. They have been injured in Doda today. 3 attacks in 3 days in approximately the same region. We are being deliberately needled. We are being deliberately provoked, ladies and gentlemen. The attacks have come at a time when we have been distracted with elections and distracted with that stupid Indo-Pak cricket match. And it has happened at a time when Narendra Modi has become Prime Minister of India for a 3rd term with a lesser mandate. Now the question is that how many more attacks till the government reacts? The attacks sponsored by Pakistan are also a direct challenge to the new Narendra Modi government. They are an open attempt to test the resolve of the new Narendra Modi government. And look at the targets. Hindu pilgrims killed by jihadis. Hindu pilgrims who were traveling back from the caves of Shiv Kodi were killed. Doda army based was targeted and Jawans were targeted in Kathua, and we have seen attacks in the past months on migrants. So who's being targeted? Hindu pilgrims, the army, and migrants. This comes on the back of terrorists, and this time in the Jammu region, what has happened can no longer be accepted. Think of it very clearly, viewers. Yesterday I said after Uri we responded, after Pulwama we responded with Balakot, and this time also we need to respond. And my own view is that we need to respond in an overt manner. We need to respond in a manner that we can own up to. We need nothing less than a surgical strike on Pakistan. If Pakistan is testing the resolve of Narendra Modi in his 3rd term, then Narendra Modi must make it absolutely clear to the people of Pakistan that he will respond as hard, even harder, than he has done in the 2 previous occasions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at this today as a matter of concern because the people of this country deserve a reassurance. You deserve reassurance. The Narendra Modi government during the election campaign said, "Hamari sarkar ghar mein ghuskar marti hai." Ab ghar mein ghuskar mariye. We must respond. We must hit back in the way that has been promised to the people of India. Ladies and gentlemen, I come with 2 fundamental debates tonight on the 2 big issues we need to look at. Number 1, of course, viewers, we need to respond to Pakistan and stop playing ridiculous and stupid cricket matches with them. Ladies and gentlemen, Reasi, Kathua and Doda are a direct challenge to the new government. And at 9 o'clock tonight, we're picking up the campaign much stronger than any other network in this country has on the NEET scam. We say students matter. Others say the testing apparatus matters. Republic says, what's the testing apparatus going to mean at all if students don't matter? Hashtag students matter. Let's make it viral. And here are the headlines. Ladies and gentlemen, this Wednesday evening on The Debate Tonight, on your Debate Tonight, First, they killed 9 Hindu pilgrims in Reasi. Then they targeted Doda and Kathua. In 72 hours, 3 terrorist attacks sponsored by Pakistan. And the proof is on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. These are the Pakistan-sponsored terrorists. 3 Pakistan grenades, Pakistan-made medicines, Pakistan-branded injections, Pakistan-made pistols and magazines seized from Kathua. Extremely upsetting news from Kuwait today, where 41 Indians have been killed after a devastating fire has broken out in the early hours today in a kitchen on a lower floor of a building where workers were living. The fire spread through the building, and as of now the casualty number is at 41 and it is feared it could go up. India is keeping a close watch on the Kuwait tragedy that has killed 41 Indians. The Minister of State for External Affairs has been rushed to Kuwait. KV Singh will be overseeing the assistance to the injured Indians. Hashtag NEET scam becomes the #1 talking point in India as lakhs of students' future walks on a tightrope. Bhopal, Delhi, Surat, Kanpur, Tamil Nadu, nationwide protests break out over the NEET scam. And as the future of NEET aspirants hits for a nosedive, Republic says, students matter. Raise your voice tonight on our interactive chat rooms on the hashtag NEET scam. Join the campaign on republicworld.com and tweet your views on hashtag students matter. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still awaiting a response from the Government of India. We get reports that the government is considering several options, but we have no firm news yet. There is only a buzz everywhere you go that the government is considering all options in dealing with the threat that is coming from Pakistan of renewed terrorism. Ladies and gentlemen, there have been 3 attacks in 3 days. There have been more than 11 casualties. More than 40 people have been injured. There have been 3 incidents, Kathua, then Reasi and Doda. It doesn't take much, does it, to read through the message that Pakistan is trying to send us. But I have not lost hope, because it took 11 or 12 days to the government last time to respond to both Uri and Pulwama. So for now, the government has the benefit of doubt. But without a doubt, let it be clear, the people of this country want a reassurance that the government that has been elected on the back of saying, "Ghar mein ghus kar marenge," will not let down the people. These are expectations set by the BJP. The ruling BJP government must deliver.
Nine pilgrims, including a toddler, killed in Reasi.
भैया भाई, ये आतंकवाद का मामला है। आतंकवादियों ने पूरी बस को देखा, वो सब आपके सामने है। मैंने भी मेरे परिवार के 4 आदमी खोए हैं। ये पीड़ा है मेरी इस आतंकवाद के खिलाफ। मैं चाहता हूँ कि इस आतंकवाद को जड़ से खत्म करें।
Terrorists opened fire at our forces in Kathua.
That is the vehicle that was attacked. This is the vehicle of the Deputy Inspector General of the Jammu Kathua Samba that was attacked. This vehicle was part of the search party that was going when the CRPF Jawan was attacked. First bullet shot came into this side and followed by two multiple shots that were that hit this car here. From here also you will see that how this exactly it was fired upon, because when the DIG was travelling in, the terrorists came and they had a barrage of fire at this very place, and that's why this entire bulletproof sheet, it got shattered into the pieces.
Indian Army base attacked by terrorists in Doda. The Jammu region is witnessing a rise in infiltration. But politics has taken precedence over the lives of civilians and our forces.
When there are two governments, there's a government in Pakistan. I think they are wanting to have peaceful atmosphere with us. Let's open the door to them. We are big brothers.
जो भी करता है ये इंटेलिजेंस फेल्योर है. क्यों होते हैं ऐसे? इंटेलिजेंस को पहले से क्यों नहीं पता चलता? वो कौन बंदे उनकी शनाख्त करके उनको पकड़कर क्यों नहीं अंदर दिया जाता? और मैं कहता हूँ कि सख्त कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए, चाहे वो कोई भी हो, चाहे पाकिस्तान हो, चाहे कोई हो. भारत माता की जय. पाकिस्तान मुर्दाबाद, 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 मुर्दाबाद. भारत माता की मुर्दाबाद, मुर्दाबाद. पाकिस्तान जय. भारत माता की जय.
But now India has decided. No talks with terror, no cricket with terror. It is time to nip infiltration in the bud and avenge the murders of our civilians and forces.
Now our hashtag is hit Pak back, and that is the general expectation, because it should not be felt by the Pakistanis that because this time it's a coalition government that the resolve is any weaker. The resolve should not be seen to be weaker, and resolve cannot be responded to or shown by words, it is to be shown by action. Viewers, we have with us Sanju Verma and General Shankar Prasad and Ishkaran Bhandari on one side tonight, and General Bishambar Dayal is questioning some of the intel failures, Lokesh Jindal, Akashdeep Muni, and from the PDP Aditya Gupta from Srinagar on the debate. And I hope that everyone will participate very freely. There is a wave of terror which has spread through Jammu and Kashmir. Unfortunately, the news media in this country is still distracted with swearing in here, swearing in there, swearing in Andhra, swearing in Orissa, cabinet formations, ministry formations, etc. And they have lost sight of the bigger picture. And this is the atmosphere of being distracted which leads to these kind of back-to-back attacks. General Bishambar Dayal, I want to start with you. These are back-to-back attacks. First, 9th June, Reasi. 10 people dead, 33 injuries. There could have been many more. Apparently, the terrorists wanted the driver to pull out all the people from the bus and shoot all of them point blank. Then the casualties could have been over 35-40. The driver swerved, fell, yet there were 10 fatalities and several injuries. Second terror attack, CRPF Jawan severely and critically injured in Kathua. Third, 3 security personnel injured, open exchange of fire in Doda. Attack on a joint checkpoint, which is a serious matter. Kashmir Tigers so far group, which has claimed responsibility for this one. So back-to-back attacks, how do you see them?
Arnab, firstly, thank you. I'm joining you after a long time on your debate.
Sir.
And secondly, I see them as very, very serious concern. I mean, I am one of those who says that, of course, I mean, we got to teach lesson to Pakistan, but to jump to that gun Why every time we fail? Aren't the intelligence agencies in J&K, intelligence agencies across the country aware that this is the time, that these are the times when terrorists take advantage of? The terrorists take advantage when there will be a election, when there will be what did China do? They came in at a time when we were all frozen in COVID. India was under COVID frozen, nobody was moving, and Chinese moved in. It is expected. See, unless we start taking action in-house against those who failed the country during these critical periods. Terrorism has come south of Pir Panjal. It's not a joke. Reasi is peaceful. I mean, I've served there for 2.5 years. This road from Pony to Reasi, we've never had an incident. We had one mild incident in 2006. And we saturated the area. I am saying they carried out one and then they carried out second and third, and yet we are sleeping. So somebody needs to be taken to task. We can't pass every buck to the government, to the Prime Minister, to everybody. There are intelligence agencies, security agencies, there are people responsible who are supposed to be guarding the nation of this. Where are they? And this will keep happening, Arnab, till the time we keep politicizing. I've been telling very clearly, this is not a matter of politics, this is not a matter of parties, this is a national matter. And there are national agencies, there are people who are involved in it. And that's the agony that we let this thing happen. Such a peaceful election has taken place there. People have been moving freely over the last 2 months in Jammu. Why do we show to the world that Jammu can be disturbed, Jammu can be attacked, the area of Jammu, south of Pir Panjal, and we can do all this? This is where I say
it's a true point.
People are responsible. I'm asking questions. Has the Lieutenant Governor held a meeting of security grids? When did he last hold it? When did they have a joint meeting in the Northern Command? There's a uniform force headquarters 20 kilometers away from this place. Where is the grid? What did they do after the attack? Did the grids come into force? Did massive manhunt was launched for these operations? I really don't know. So
I think that, may I come in on this? I think that a very important point is being raised by General Bishambar Dayal. And we need to think about it. Of course, we need to hit Pak back. But what he is raising tonight is a very serious matter, General Shankar Prasad. He is saying, and without putting words in his mouth, he is saying, has the security grid failed us this time? We cannot be chest thumping on Kashmir. Has the security grid failed us? Back-to-back attacks, ground support, and obvious mobility for the terrorists to swiftly escape, plus the timing, planning of the attacks, Reasi attack in the evening of swearing-in ceremony, Kathua attack, terrorists go door to door, particular targeting of a military base in Doda. Has the security grid in Kashmir failed? Should we not begin to ask that question? General Shankar Prasad, have we become complacent? Have we underestimated the number of infiltrators?
Yes, Arnab. Yes, Arnab. If you allow me, I would just like to make one or two comments. Firstly, I will call it's a wake-up call for India. One important factor that I want you to pay attention to is that recently concluded elections in Jammu and Kashmir, although reported to be very peaceful, but there's a very dangerous trend that came out of this election in Kashmir. You would recall Engineer Abdul Rashid, who is in prison today, has won election from Baramuli constituency, defeating Omar Abdullah by close to 2 lakh votes. A terrorist in jail is winning election in Baramulla, defeating Omar Abdullah by 2 lakh votes. What does it show? It shows that there is a sufficient number of people within the country and outside who are supporting terrorism in and across India, all over, including north and south of Pir Panjal. The second important point which I want to tell you, Arnab, is this. You're talking about 3 incidents. I would like you to add the 4th incident to this also, which happened on the 4th of May, when an Air Force convoy was targeted near Poonch. What does it mean? It means that there is problem within the country in the area of Jammu and Kashmir, both north and south of Pir Panjal, and also across the border, which there is no doubt about. The point I'm trying to make is this, that although it's nice to say that we had peaceful elections, but don't forget, Arnab, Supreme Court order says that the elections in Kashmir must be held by 30th of September, which means in another 2.5-3 months the election activity will start. The passes have opened now with the summers coming in. The infiltration is going to improve and increase all across the north and south of Pir Panjal, right up to the Jammu border. We need to wake up. It's a wake-up call for India. Two things need to be done urgently. Firstly, I think our intelligence apparatus, our security apparatus must understand that there are still large number of militants, a large number of people, I would call them, who are militants in a way, supporting militancy in Kashmir. And they need to be identified and neutralized. Within India, 2 lakh votes by a terrorist in jail is not a joke.
But why are we allowing it? I'm sorry, but I'll come in there. Has the government gone soft? 1 minute. Has the government gone soft? Has the government, are we making the, is this government making the same mistake that the Congress government under Bhindranwale did? That they began thinking that Bhindranwale is an asset?
Yes.
Is Amritpal an asset? Why was Amritpal allowed to fight the Lok Sabha elections? Does the central government not have enough levers on Amritpal that he begins to dictate terms from Dibrugarh jail? It's a joke and a danger at the same time. General Shankar Prasad, yes please.
And I like to continue there. Therefore, to go on saying that there is total peace and all of that is only putting wool in our own eyes. We have to wake up. And we must understand that the security apparatus needs to do something much more to ensure that a terrorist in jail cannot win by 2 lakh votes.
So there are only 2 ways.
Very clear. Now, let us understand that there is a terrorist organization fully identified as LET with Abdul Hamas as the leader. We need to identify that. We need to consider how a reaction must go quickly. Just because the elections have taken place and we think that we are a government which is weak,
that's my worry.
With very strong opposition,
I'll take it from there, General Shankar Prasad. I agree.
That's our worry all over.
It is my worry too, and my worry specifically,
all of us have got.
Specifically, General.
You have rightly said. घर में घुस के मारेंगे. लेकिन घुस के मारने का समय होना चाहिए. You cannot go on indefinitely waiting for it. Sir, the answer must be quite quickly, but deliberately, well considered. We have to consider all options and do a proper military action,
sir,
which I'll call as an offensive action and a defensive action within the country.
Sir, there are only 2 ways, sir, in my view. I'm not a military man, but I'll say this. There are only 2 things. We hit people outside the border and we hit people inside the border. Now, if you go soft, collateral damage, Congress is going to question, Omar Abdullah will question, Farooq Abdullah will question, to hell with it. You have to be tough within. You have to do the strong, absolutely cordoning of operations, round off people, supporters, bases everywhere and hit across the border. If, because there's a Jammu and Kashmir election, we have to deal even with a Rashid engineer, like we have to deal with an Amritpal in Punjab, then we are going down. Second point is, Sanju,
yes.
Sanju, please, the government needs to give a clear message that it has not gone soft. It has not gone, people not only within India but outside are also watching you now, even more than last time.
You know, Arnab, first and foremost, condolences to the victims and, you know, the kith and kin of those injured in the Kathua, Doda and the Poonch and Reasi terror attacks in the last couple of weeks. I agree with you, you know, more needs to be done, but equally, you know, with offense to none, this allegation that perhaps the Modi government has gone soft on terror perpetrators, I think that is absolutely not acceptable. And I know, Arnab, that, you know, statistics and data do not always endorse or corroborate everything, but I would like your audience to know that after the abrogation of Article 370, which was, I think, a historic decision by the Modi government, and a lot of trouble was expected. Actually, that one decision post that, there has been more than 100% drop in stone pelting incidents. There's been a 72% fall in terror-related attacks. There's been an 81% drop in civilian casualties, and there's a 47% drop in casualties related to armed forces. You will get your time, Lokesh. Do not heckle me. I just want to make one very important point.
Lokesh, you let her complete, I'll come to you. Lokesh, after she completes, I'll come straight to you. I'll come straight to you and we have time. Yeah.
Arnab, I am here saying that yes, governments need to be held accountable. But I do not understand the hypocrisy of a Charanjit Singh Channi, who I saw on your show. His clip was being played a few minutes back. This is the same Charanjit Singh Channi who, after the Poonch terror attack a couple of weeks back, said ye to sari dramebazi or stuntbazi hai by the Modi government to win Lok Sabha 2024. The same Congress which today is asking questions of the Modi government.
But now I'll intervene here on that point of Channi. And I want to please Sanju, you must listen to what I'm saying to you now. Yeah, please hear me on this. Yeah, but Sanju, listen to me on this.
Ramesh has called Pulwama an orchestrated terror attack. Will he apologize? Satyapal Malik, the new poster boy of the left liberals, he's called the Pulwama an orchestrated terror attack, and Rahul Gandhi endorsed Satyapal Malik. Will Rahul Gandhi apologize for that? There is a large chunk of so-called dubious intelligence here, which actually mollycoddles these terror.
Okay, Sanju, now my intervention and then a response from the other side. And my intervention to Sanju Verma is this, viewers, and tell me if you agree with me. I hope she listens to me. Charanjit Singh Channi is an unemployed, out-of-work ex-chief minister, not the defense minister of India. Satpal Malik is so irrelevant that even the indie YouTubers don't interview him anymore. This whataboutery is not going to get you anywhere. Yes, if you say the government will respond, we'll be reassured. If you say go ask Jairam Ramesh, we'll ask you who the hell is Jairam Ramesh? He's not the Prime Minister of India or the Defense Minister.
I said more needs to be done.
Yeah, so this whataboutery doesn't help. My point is, this is fresh infiltration, viewers. This is against my country's interests. Yes. And I'm a proud citizen of a strong country. And I want to know that my Prime Minister has the same resolve as he did in February 2019 when he carried out Balakot and effectively shut up the Pakistanis for 5 years. Now these Pakistanis think we've become weaker. Who else do we look up to but to the Prime Minister of India to decide what action is to be taken? We cannot waste time. Lokesh's turn now, ladies and gentlemen. We are the target. We demand action. Lokesh, please.
First of all, Sanju, you paid condolences to those who were the kith and kin of the victims of the attack. Let me tell you, we are all victims of this attack. The entire India is victim to this attack because this attack is not something ordinary. If I'm talking about the three districts, the Rajouri, Poonch and Reasi. Reasi as a district is in the interior. It is not sharing the borders with that of Pakistan.
Stop mollycoddling the likes of...
Let him respond. Let him respond. Sanju, let him respond. Sanju, let him respond. Let him speak. Sanju, don't intervene right now. He has a right to speak. The debate is open, ladies and gentlemen. And the debate is on. And Sanju must let him respond. Thank you.
People like Satyapal Malik, your new poster boy.
Sanju, you must let him respond.
First and the foremost, these terrorists were able to include into the Reasi district, which was erstwhile a peaceful area.
You say Osama bin
Don't give us this rubbish of what has happened post-application of Article 370.
Lokesh, louder.
The attacks on the security personnel have increased, and now the target is ordinary civilians. What has happened is your negligence has led to, emboldening of the design of these terrorists who have started targeting the civilians rather than mere security personnel. Can't you see how much the situation has gone out of hand and you are still over here just pumping that you have brought Jammu and Kashmir under control? You should be doing some more of the self-analysis. It's about lives of people.
Do you
Arnab,
remember
I would like to say over here, it's a complete failure of the administration, intelligence agencies, security, law and order, and the very fact that the citizens, they were prey to the terrorist activity is a shame on all of us. We are all the victims over here. And Sanju Verma, please, have shame and do not glorify what the government has done. The government needs to act now. The government has to do now. Don't tell us what it has done before. Tell us what it will do next.
You see, I'll tell you one thing. Sanju, now you have a problem that you don't listen when the other side is speaking, including me. And if you don't have to comment on what my problem is. The problem is that you must listen. You can't speak over. If anyone speaks over you, you get very irritated. But you feel you have a right to speak over everyone because you disagree with them. Well, a lot of people on the program would disagree with you. A lot of people would disagree with you, but they let you speak. Now, please return the favor. And the point here is this. I want to make two interventions on this very hot debate tonight. First of all, my admiration for the Modi government has been over the fact that they have not mixed up security policy and politics. But I see no reason for this government to even consider withdrawing or reducing the Armed Forces Special Powers Act. This announcement was made in the run-up to the elections. Now, I'm asking you, viewers, I am asking you, is this the time to reduce or limit the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, which will mean reduce the powers of our troops? Do our troops in Kashmir, in Jammu, need more powers or less powers? I'm not a military man, but I have enough common sense tonight to say that at this time, if you say we will reduce the troop presence, we will reduce the troop powers, and we'll replace them with Jammu and Kashmir police, then this Lashkar-e-Toiba, this Jaish-e-Mohammed will have a damn good time. And that's why there may be an election. And the Supreme, Bishambar Dayal is saying something. Mr. Dayal, do you agree with me?
Arnab, this is what has happened over the last 3-4 years. You have handed over the operations to Jammu and Kashmir police.
Exactly.
And RPF. I want to know when was the last time the Lieutenant Governor held a meeting in Northern Command headquarters in Udhampur of the entire command structure. Never, not in the last 3 years.
Why does Manoj Sinha must then be questioned?
Because you have made army ineffective in Jammu and Kashmir. You have been promoting the Jammu and Kashmir police control and the CRPF control. That is a matter of fact. And secondly, Arnab, let me butt in here. Please don't talk of action where you go and strike somewhere. Eliminate 3-4 POVs, eliminate 3-4 posts of the Pakistani. Hitting Pakistan where it matters is the important. It is not what you strike. Strike at what Pakistan is physically occupying on the LC. Remove their posts. Eliminate them by fire. Eliminate them by raids. Do not strike in wilderness. I'm making myself very clear. It does not affect how many terrorists you can kill across by striking in their bases. No. What matters to Pakistan is how many Pakistani soldiers you kill. And you will have to do that action. If you don't take that action, then your action across the border will not have the impact.
So you're saying, am I reading you right? In military terms or broadly that, you're saying open the artillery fire, defy the ceasefire, break this anyway hypocritical ceasefire, hit their bases across the LOC and hit them extremely hard, and then do what you want to in terms of surgical strikes on terrorist targets. So you are talking of multi-pronged, overt military action, am I right? And let the world see.
Where their military is hit, where it hurts them.
Yeah, so
it
then,
doesn't hurt Pakistan.
And what if it, what if it escalates? What if this escalates?
Where it escalates? It doesn't. It is escalating in our mind and in our fear. We hesitated when Pulwama happened, when Balakot we did, when he crossed our LC, when he crossed by air, when that air strike took place, when we lost aircraft. when they lost an aircraft, he had crossed the IB. So it was a war. Why did he stop? We should have taught him a lesson. I personally feel that all this soft paddling of striking at places where the actual army is not available. The army of Pakistan needs to be hit. It's long time.
I would say hit Pakistan.
And don't worry
Yeah,
about
yeah. I mean, what he's saying, to Bishambar Dayal is saying, is a very important strategic point. And he's saying hit them where it hurts. And to that, Abhishek Kapoor has sent me some information, which I'd like to share, Ishkaran, with everyone tonight.
Yes.
Total budget of Pakistan is 18 lakh crores. There is a deficit of about 10 lakh crores, meaning that Pakistan today has only half the money it wants to spend. Plus, the expenditure on defense in Pakistan is a whopping 2.1 lakh crores, which is over 12% of the planned budget. So in Indian rupees value, these figures would be half. So essential point is, for a budget of 9 lakh crores for Pakistan against Indian budget of 35 lakh crores, we spend 4 to 5 times what Pakistan does with zero revenue deficit.
Yes.
Mota moti baat is this, that Pakistan has no money, but it is funding its army and ISI to create trouble. What General Dayal is saying makes sense in terms of grand strategy. He's saying attack the Pakistani army, make them finish their ammunition, their budgets, and make them suffer a loss, which they will never forget. Ishkaran.
First of all, we must get the Pakistan occupied Kashmir under control.
It's a question to me.
That
Lokesh, let me
region
answer
has
now. I've
become-
waited my time patiently. Lokesh, don't do this. I waited my time patiently. Arnab, first we need to remove the cobwebs from our head and recognize that we are already at a state of war with Pakistan, because their reason to exist lies in doing terror attacks in India. Second aspect, those who don't learn from history are condemned to repeat it. They will keep doing this partly piecemeal. When a government is strong, do it less. When a government is weak, do it more. We can't do one step forward, 2 steps back. We have to be very, very clear on that. We have to teach them a cost. But one more aspect we have to understand here. While I can see the anguish of the general when he says that it is not about politics, but we are in a democracy, it is of course about politics. One group says Yasin Malik should be hanged till death. Another group believes Yasin Malik should be fitted with the Prime Minister and sit in the 5 stars of Britain's Delhi and enjoy his champagne and enjoy his company. So we have to be realistic. When we talk of Israel, one second. When we talk about Israel, please do not interrupt. Arnab, that is the problem. They start interrupting in a second. Let me finish my point and then you can come. Arnab, please let me finish my point. Arnab,
No. I want to bring back my debate grids below, please.
This is not the.
Lokesh, let him finish. Lokesh, let him finish. Lokesh, let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
What I said was a matter of fact, that Yasin Malik is in jail facing terror charges versus Yasin Malik being allowed to meet the Prime Minister of India and being allowed to showcase that to the world. So let us be very clear.
But you can't, you don't keep taking me back in history.
Yes,
no,
exactly.
don't keep taking me back 20 years.
That is why I am coming to this.
No, you and Sanju have the standard technique. Go ask Charanjit Channi what happened in 2004. I know, yaar. You don't need to remind me. I want to know what will happen tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. That is why I started by saying that we have to recognize that we are already. We have to. Arnab, I need to finish my point, please. Sanju, please let me finish my point and then you can come. Arnab, we have to. I have no qualms in admitting we are already at a state of war with Pakistan. We have to go all out, and not only at Pakistan. We have to go for the financial support of these terrorists in India, the ideological support of these terrorists in India. Again, I'll quote from the general, Omar Abdullah and a terrorist in jail contest an election, not about Hindu-Muslim. Omar Abdullah is friendly with various forces, yet he loses the election because people choose a person in jail. That problem has to be addressed. That problem has to be squarely
Well, that person in jail, one minute, I'm sorry, but your indulgent government, one second. Why was the person in jail allowed to fight the election? I'm sorry, why was the person in jail allowed to fight the election? Why have you allowed a person in jail to fight the election? Does your national security apparatus have no levers on these terrorists that they will fight elections in jail? Then demand be taken out of jail. Tomorrow they'll say we will take part in a panchayati election also. Come on, Sanju.
You don't question them.
No, they have
of course, the government needs to be held more accountable. That does not mean you will not question the opposition which uses these opportunities to peddle falsehoods.
Please answer one question that why Indian government is entertaining a team from Pakistan to discuss water crisis, water sharing. Why you are doing terror? Why you are playing cricket with Pakistan when the PCB chairman, who is an interior minister of Pakistan, Mr. Mohsin Naqvi, has also the interior minister who is providing cover fire to Jaish-e-Mohammed. Why? You have stopped on Pakistani terrorist organizations like Jaish-e-Mohammed. Tell me why you are welcoming a team from Pakistan on water crisis. Why you are water sharing? Why you are welcoming a team from Pakistan on water sharing?
My message is going on. Are we taking messages? Not
why you are playing games with Pakistan when they are earning 10,000 crores? And who is the PCB chairman? He is the interior minister, Mr. Mohsin Naqvi, who is providing the same money to Jaish-e-Mohammed.
But Manmohan Singh and Sonia Gandhi developed cold feet.
Manmohan Singh.
Sonia Gandhi developed cold
Who is
feet
the president? Manmohan Singh is the president. Mr. Mohsin is the minister. Who is the prime minister? Am I voice loud enough to hear? Can she hear me? Who is the prime minister, ma'am? Who is the prime minister?
It's just window dressing. We will avenge the Poonch terror attack. I'm saying for the record.
Tell me why you are welcoming a team.
Audio is not good, Akashdeep. I'm bringing in Aditya. I'm bringing in Aditya. I think that now that the elections are over, it becomes extremely necessary for the BJP spokespersons to realize that they will convince no one by talking about other people's track record. That comparison can be made in the course of an election. Elections are over. Whatever is being said is not for academic purposes. Today, there has been an attack in Kathua. The terrorists are going door to door. Let me tell you the reality. The residents are left defenseless. When they raise an alarm, the terrorists panic and open fire. It is all-out urban warfare that we are seeing. Are we not seeing it, or are we in this chest-thumping feeling that anything that I ask the government or the BJP spokesperson, the response will be, have you forgotten what Mehbooba Mufti or Mufti Muhammad Saeed did in 2003, 1999? I mean, a Rashid engineer, I hope Rashid engineer is not the new Mehbooba Mufti for the BJP. Just as I hope Amritpal is not the new Bhindranwale for this government. You need to convince me, why are people like Simranjit Singh Maan and Amritpal getting away? These are hard. If you're a hard government, I want you to be a hard government. Why is Amritpal getting away? An individual holding the country to ransom. A fugitive from the law, General Dayal, a man who ran, who had nowhere to hide till he was chased down to Dibrugarh jail. A man who set fire to a police station. General Dayal.
One thing very clearly, that look, whatever we can keep talking of hard government, strong government, let's stop all this. Let's address the issue. All those guys who are talking about, taking over of POK, last 24 months in the global environment, global strategic environment, since the Second World War ended, since UN came to power, has been the best environment to settle such issues. This is what Israel is doing. This is what after the Russia-Ukraine war, people are settling. If we were such a strong nation, such a strong government, this was the time to strike at Pakistan and take POK. Believe you me, because the world is
I'm with you, sir. I'm with you. I'm with you, General Dayal. No, General Dayal, I'm with you. This was the time, but when we missed the occasion, exactly.
Arnab, I think we are not addressing the elephant in the room.
No, let Bishambar Dayal complete. Bishambar Dayal, louder.
Arnab, they are talking of only votes and votes. They are not interested in any national interest. You are unnecessarily making heroes out of them. They are only talking of votes and the number of seats in parliament. We do not need any government. We need good people in India to take POK because this is the right time. Pakistan is weak, economically absolutely demolished. Politically, there's no control there. Nobody is supporting him. World is divided. India is sleeping. They are sleeping. Somebody has got he should not
Modi government in response to the Pulwama terror attack was an orchestrated way. Did you come down heavy against Rahul Gandhi who said that surgical strike was just a dhokosla by the Modi government? Have you
General
ever
Dayal,
and Sonia Gandhi?
General Dayal,
you are wasting now also. This is not the time. I would not recommend to strike anywhere in Western जाके कहीं भी मत डाल दो. Strike at the Sunny Court. Start taking LOCs. The noise will be open. How is not going to be done? One of the guys in Pakistan when America went when the today India will take its destiny there. The election. You will certainly very important. You will
I'd like to go to Aditya, please. Sanju, you must listen.
Modi government, which you should, but also question the opposition, which has been giving
the opposition is not in power.
Arnab, there's one perception that everyone in the panel is avoiding right now. See, what is to be seen is that, these incidents started in the Pir Panjal area almost a year back. When these incidents were alarmed, what was the response of even the local administration and from the central government was that, look at Lal Chowk, look at Kashmir, there's no stole painting, there's no militancy. We raised alarms with regard to Rajouri Poonch area because that's a border district. Now, if you look at these three attacks, which happened in Rajouri Poonch, which is Pir Panjal area, then Reasi and Kathua, which is Jammu area, and then Doda, which is Chenab Valley area. So there are three portions in Jammu. All the three portions have been attacked coordinatedly. So there Pakistan is not going to mend its ways. The militant organizations are not going to mend their ways. What is required is that there has to be some accountability, some check, because there is some kind of loophole or some problem with the policy or its execution on ground, which is leading to such attacks. If you look at, there are panelists who are saying that we need to respond. Fair enough. You need to respond, but that response is a reaction to the first bullet which is fired by the Pakistan. The state's responsibility and the local administration's responsibility is to ensure that the first bullet itself is not fired. When it comes to Jammu area, the ecosystem which supports militancy is not available there. In spite of that, these attacks take place.
Aditya, to which a tough question will have to be asked now. The biggest problem in Jammu and Kashmir is law and order and terrorism. I don't use the word militancy, by the way. It's a soft word.
That's fair.
In that case, the hard question to be asked is, Lokesh, I see your hand up. I'm coming to you. Is Manoj Sinha the right person for the job? Because he's a politician.
I have serious.
He's a complete hardcore politician who was once in running to be UP Chief Minister till Yogi Adityanath became CM. So it's a hardcore UP politician, but he has no understanding of security issues. Would it be much better to put a person with a military background or a security forces background or with some domain knowledge as Lieutenant Governor? I'm asking too much, or these questions should not be asked. We should just say everything's fine. Everything is not fine. And one more thing. Aditya,
one of the panelists mentioned about that there's been no coordinated intelligence meeting that has been headed by the LG. The Chief Minister heads it, or right now the LG has to head it. Even today, when the encounter was going on, he was busy doing a paddy transplantation function in Anantnag. Jammu
and Anantnag, since you mentioned Anantnag, just 2 days ahead of the Lok Sabha elections, is it not true that a Rajasthani tourist couple was injured in Anantnag? Sarpanch was killed in Sofia 2 days before the Lok Sabha elections. And do we expect the Lieutenant Governor to be doing paddy cultivation or security meeting?
So that's what I'm saying.
Or is Manoj Sinha, Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, in a parallel universe? These are questions we will have to ask.
You can't cherry pick.
No, what cherry pick? Lokesh.
Cherry picking.
Location, Aditya. I'm not cherry picking.
58.9% voter turnout.
You are
the highest.
The voter turnout. People.
On pilgrims. This is an attack on civilians. They have started targeting tourists 1967.
Srinagar saw a voter turnout of 38.4%, the highest since 1984. And Pulwama in Lok Sabha 2019 saw just a 1% turnout. But this time in Lok Sabha 2023 elections,
And I don't understand why BJP spokesperson is defending a lieutenant governor when you are in constitutional position. It is a simple thing where the Home Ministry has to see whether the man who is heading Jammu and Kashmir is competent and competent enough to at least handle it.
If there are lapses, they
He is
will be
nowhere to be handled, nowhere to be seen, and he cannot handle the situation.
Blanket statement saying law and order has collapsed in Jammu and Kashmir, that is something which is absolutely not true. That is exactly my point.
Ma'am, because you have been looking at
58% plus voter turnout.
What else do you need to prove? What else could be done to make believe that law and order has collapsed? Terrorists are going inside. They are killing the pilgrims, civilians. What else is the law and order?
It's absolutely funny because you don't understand that there are two different divisions. Jammu is a separate division, Kashmir is a separate division.
1 year alone. Do you think that would have happened if the law and order situation in Kashmir had crumbled?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think that Sanju, I would just say one thing. Sanju, please understand, we are not at war with you. All we are trying to address is one fundamental issue. There are 3 attacks, over 10 to 11 casualties, over 40 people injured, and these are only official figures. Direct and deliberate provocation, and we are in response playing cricket with Pakistan. I am pretty sure the government will respond, but it is important for the government through Republic, to also get a sense of the feeling among people.
Pakistani guests on your show or not?
See, the problem with Jammu right now, Arnab, is that we never...
Sanju, the problem is you are not willing to introspect. And I think we need to introspect. We need to analyze. And the problem is with anybody asks you a counter view, you feel you need to go to World War III with them. You don't need to. If there's anybody we need to go to war with or teach a lesson, it's Pakistan. And I would keep repeating the question till it is understood. The way I see it, ladies and gentlemen, is that our forces are ready as ever. They spring to action like there's no tomorrow. Experts, veterans who have appeared on my debate over the last 48 hours have repeatedly mentioned that our forces are ready and well equipped. Should an order from the top come, with immediate instructions to take action against Pakistan. This is a rogue nation that we are dealing with, but it is also a very dangerous enemy. Countered in Kashmir, they are not targeting the Jammu border region. In Punjab, they are peddling narco-terror and fanning Khalistani sentiments to a dangerous extent. We must remember that many Hindus in both Punjab and Jammu, especially Jammu, had migrated from Pakistan in 1947 to their homeland India. So it is crucial that their new generations feel safe and secure. We cannot allow this sensitive situation in Jammu particularly to be seen to be the normal. This is not the new normal. And I repeat, it is time to hit Pakistan where it hurts. And I want to say, I have no doubt that it's a matter of time, no doubt, till the Modi government hurts Pakistan in a way that they will remember for many years to come.